Welcome to Chapter 13, where we step into evaluation, the part of the program planning that tells us what worked, what didn't, and why. Think of this chapter as your roadmap for making evidence-based decisions about quality and effectiveness so you can improve programs and justify investments. Here's what we're after today. First, a practical definition of evaluation. Second, clarity on the two main purposes for doing it. And third, how formative and summative approaches differ, including where process evaluation fits. We'll close this session with a simple step-by-step view of how an evaluation actually gets conducted. Then we'll tackle the realities and common pitfalls that derail good evaluations, the trade-offs between using internal and external evaluators, and the key planning choices you need to make early to keep your evaluation feasible, ethical, and useful. At its core, evaluation is about judging the value of a program against criteria that matter to stakeholders. Formative evaluation asks, how can we improve quality right now? Summative evaluation asks, did it work? And keeping these distinctions in mind will help you match questions to methods and timelines. Process evaluation lives alongside implementation. It records what actually happened, such as dosage, reach, and fidelity. That way you can interpret your results accurately. Impact evaluation, as a branch of summative work, looks for immediate changes in knowledge, attitude, awareness, or behaviors. That signal the program is on the right path. Outcome evaluation zooms out to the endpoints, such as reduced disease rates or injury, for example. These outcomes take longer to move and are influenced by many factors, which is why strong process and impact data are critical to tell a coherent story. Why evaluate? Well, first, to see if objectives are tied to health status are actually being met. Second, to refine how the program is delivered, because evaluation is a learning tool, not just a verdict. And third, to create accountability to funders, partners, and the community by showing precisely what resources accomplished. Evaluation also builds community support by demonstrating value and contributes to the broader scientific base so others can learn from your work. It also informs policy by translating results into decisions about what should be scaled, adapted, or sunsetted. The CDC framework is a practical checklist that includes engaging stakeholders, describing the program, focusing on evaluation, gathering credible evidence, justifying conclusions, and ensuring your findings. Wrapped around those steps are standards such as utility, feasibility, and accuracy to make sure that your evaluation is both ethical and actionable. Evaluations often falter when they are not bolted on at the end or are starved for resources. Effects can be subtle or slow to appear, and sometimes program timelines don't match the pace of real behavior change, like morbidity or mortality. Planning with those realities in mind prevents frustrations later. It is also hard to untangle the cause and effect of when multiple interventions overlap or when community conditions are shifting. Add that to the mix of feelings among stakeholders about the value of evaluation, and you can see why clarity of purpose and transparent communication are essential from day one. Effective programs build evaluation into goals and objectives from the start. Early formative checks and ongoing monitor create feedback loops so you can make the mid-course corrections needed while the program is live and not after it ends when it's too late. Collect baseline data before you launch. It becomes your comparison point for later. And begin sketching your summative plan early, linking each objective to specific indicators. That alignment saves time and improves credibility. Ethics and evaluation come first. Never delay beneficial services for the sake of measurement, secure informed consent, and protect participants through confidentiality or anonymity. Make sure you're using appropriate protocols such as IRB approval. You'll need someone trained in evaluation to help you conduct your evaluation. If that person works within your organization, that's an internal evaluator. If not, you're going to need to hire an external consultant. The choice affects cost and institutional knowledge. So weigh those trade-offs carefully. Internal evaluators bring history, relationships, and everyday access. They can translate technical results quickly, keep findings viable, and they're generally less expensive. The risk of bias or conflicts of interest are high here, so make sure that you are keeping that in mind. External evaluators offer fresh, independent lens, often deeper technical expertise drawn from multiple settings. The challenges are locating the right person, managing the higher cost, but with the objectivity and specialized skill set, that can be worth it for high-stakes evaluations. Look for experience matched to your evaluation type, comfort with quantitative data, and has strong interpersonal skills. A good evaluator navigates diverse stakeholders, including members of the target population, and designs creative yet realistic approaches that fit your program's constraints. Great evaluators embed evaluation into daily operations. They understand both benefits and risk, and they build capacity through teaching staff how to collect, interpret, and use data. Most importantly, they share full findings, even when the results are mixed, so learning leads to improvement. Big picture is that evaluation is integral to planning, not an afterthought. It supports sound decisions about value and effectiveness, helps compare options, strengthens weak components, and meets funder requirements by making program performance visible and verifiable. Remember, the timeline is that you evaluate before, during, and after implementation. Keep ethics up front and center, choose the right evaluator, and design the work so findings are credible and actually used by stakeholders to improve health outcomes.